me under. I am caught between the chapters of a dream. Something's reaching out and my entire world's crumbling, and it whispers that I am the chosen one. Can you?
So we're here with Lady Obscure Music Magazine, and this is Matt, and I'm here with Thomas Youngblood of Kamelot, and he's here to perform tonight at the Worcester Palladium. And first of all, welcome. Thanks for taking the time out to do this interview with me.
My pleasure. Good to see you.
And the first thing I wanted to talk to you about was the tour start. It was kind of interesting, inauspicious beginning with the Baltimore issues.
Right.
And now, when did you guys find out about that the riots and the curfew was happening? And
Really didn't hear anything until we got there. You know, I mean, of course, I heard about the news story that kind of sparked everything a couple of weeks before.
Yeah.
But I didn't have any idea that it would get such overhyped in a way. We were there. We had everything set up. Band had done sound check. We already had done meet and greets with VIP people, and we heard some rumors that they were going to declare a state of emergency, and if they were going to do that, then all the businesses were going to get shut down.
Yeah.
So we kept crossing our fingers, and then they made an announcement, and just such a bummer for everybody.
Yeah.
And you know, we started thinking about what we could do, and we knew that we had an off day on Thursday, so normally we would have been headed. We would have stayed in New York, but we came back to Baltimore and did a makeup show yesterday. So yeah, a lot of happy fans, and
Awesome.
it was cool.
Yeah, so it ended up turning out good for you. But you guys were never in any kind of danger anyway. It wasn't near the
No, there was
actual...
nothing going on down where we were.
Yeah, that's...
I mean, of course, they were worried about some random thing starting, but that can happen anytime. You can
Sure.
be in a movie theater or a mall.
Yeah, exactly.
Somebody comes in with a gun. So
Yeah.
it's costing the city a lot of money. It's costing businesses down there a ton of money.
Yeah.
They should have done the whole National Guard thing probably the second day that started.
Agreed. Yeah.
Just my opinion.
But on to happier things. So the rescheduled show went great.
Yeah, it went great. And, you know, a lot of happy fans, hopefully. We played New York the day before that.
Yep.
Philly was actually technically probably the kickoff show for the U.S., and that was amazing. It was
Really?
our biggest Philly crowd ever. And, yeah, we're bringing a pretty big production on this tour, so it's exciting that fans get to finally see the band in a pretty similar to what we're doing in Europe, you know, in terms of lighting and stuff.
Great. Now, how was the reaction to the new songs?
Great.
Yeah.
I mean, we have a song called Revolution that has not been released yet. There's some snippets, and it's just such a powerful, heavy song that it's hard not to get into it if you're into metal.
Yeah.
Even if you've never heard it before. So we're playing that one, playing Insomnia, of course, and Veil Elysium, and then when the album comes out, probably Monday, we'll add one more song, or two songs.
I've actually heard the album because we reviewed it for our site, and it's a great album. I would say that it sounds like Tommy is sounding like it's a flawless transition now, whereas the last album it was like people getting to know him as the lead vocalist, and now it's like he's ingrained in the sound so much, and it's like it's perfect, perfect match.
I think it's the normal evolution from what we did with Silverthorn, but adding new elements.
Yep.
Some industrial, some modern metal elements, but keeping the Kamelot DNA.
Yeah.
Of course, Tommy being more comfortable with being in the band and being able to be creative and things like that, obviously is something that happens with time.
Yeah.
It's one of the benefits from touring so much on Silverthorn that we all get to know each other better and things like that.
Great. Now, with the video shoot for Insomnia, where was that shot? That was shot overseas?
In Belgrade, Serbia.
Wow.
we've been shooting videos down there since the Ghost Opera album. We have a pretty close relationship with the guys down there. They're also fans, and they're also really artistic, and they like to always top themselves with Kamelot videos.
Now, who's that directed it? Was the St. Patrick?
Ivan Kolik is the director.
Oh, okay. But yeah, it's a great video. It came out really well.
Yeah, we're getting ready to release the making of probably in a week.
Sweet.
So it's some kind of cool stuff and behind the scenes stuff going on.
Awesome. I'm looking forward to seeing that.
Yeah.
Now, as far as you have a new singer working with you for background vocals and a new female singer, and I think some metal fans know her pretty well for her work with Therion.
Yeah.
It's Linnea Vikström.
Linnea Vikström. Yeah.
Yep.
She's actually worked with us before. She did 70,000 Tons of Metal with us. She did some festivals in Europe with us already, in the UK. And yeah, she's amazing. I mean, she's only 22 and she's already sings like a seasoned pro. And she's really got a cool dynamic for stage presence too, which is really fresh. And, yeah, so it's exciting.
I'm definitely interested to see how she's going to fit in with the live presentation after seeing you guys with Alyssa and Elise, and But I think it's really cool that you guys have that element as part of the music live.
Yeah, I mean, I think we probably could technically hire someone to be in the band that's a female, but I like having that freedom.
Sure.
Work with different people, and I don't like being put in a corner when it comes to things. So if we ever want to do a full album with no female vocals, and then maybe have a set that's really pretty much just the 5 dudes, it's always good to have that option.
Yeah.
And also having another member always has its pros and cons. So
Politics.
I love being able to work with talented female singers from all over the world, no matter where they're from.
Speaking of which, you worked with a couple on the new album. You have Charlotte Wessels on Under Gray Skies.
Yeah.
And I know you guys toured with Delane, so I know that you probably did festivals and stuff. And
yeah, Delane actually they toured with us when we did a North American tour. And then they also did one of our European tours before. And I loved her voice. I think she's got something special. So when that song, it was kind of a last minute idea to have something in that section of the song. And she was on tour at the time, and she found a studio, and everything worked out really seamlessly. So we were very fortunate that she had the time to do it.
Great.
And then of course we had Troy from Nightwish playing some of his things on that song, added a nice little spice to the element of this ballad that has a bit of a folk kind of touch to it.
I felt that too. It was a nice addition to fit the music perfectly, and her voice too fit the music perfectly. So I thought it was a really cool combination. And it was different because usually you guys have worked with Simone and with Elise in the past and Alyssa, and so it was kind of cool to see.
And don't forget my wife Mary.
Of course. Well, we're waiting for Elizabeth part of 5. Maybe?
Okay, yeah. No, I told her maybe the next album we'd have her find the perfect part for her on that record.
Fantastic.
She's busy being a stay-at-home mom. So
yeah, no. Well, I mean, it's definitely cool that you have her there. If you even to sing something, if you're writing, maybe just to have her sing a part if you're wondering how it would sound.
Yeah, a lot of times I throw ideas,
nice.
See what she thinks about it and stuff. So it's always good to have that kind of ear, somebody that's musical and knows what they're doing.
And I know you guys, of course, have worked with Alyssa, so having her on the album doing clean and doing the growls on Revolution.
Yeah, well, Revolutions is doing the real heavy, and then also on Liar Liar, it's mega heavy vocals, but also clean vocals on chorus. So, you know, it's just cool to. We knew that how she sings, and she's great. To be able to have her on the album doing something that's a little different than what the fans probably expect is also cool. You know, it's important. The important thing for us with every record and what we're seeing with the band is to do things a little bit differently than we have in the past. And we've seen with Haven already the response and the feedback, and it's going to be our highest chart entry probably in all the world when it comes out. So it's exciting. That you know, the ideas that we've had, and you know, I think with Silverthorn we weren't able to be as I don't know if the word is risky, but you know, experimental with certain things because it was an important album with the transition. And you know, and it was to me it was the perfect transition record. And then with Haven, we didn't feel there was really any need to prove anything to anybody. So it was fun to kind of step out of the box on some of the songs and do things differently.
Yeah, I definitely feel the same way. I think there's a lot of fresh ideas. It still sounds like Kamelot, but there's a lot of differences that you haven't heard you guys do before. So I think that's, you know, that's pretty awesome.
Yeah,
you know, that you guys got to do that.
It's also important for me to have an album lyrically based or visually with something that's a little bit more modern and today and also the future, like the video, for example, is definitely inspired by movies I grew up watching, like Gattaca and The Island and stuff like that, Coma. So it was fun to be able to sort of finally put some of those personal interest into Kamelot in a different way. Yeah,
and it's always, you know, it's always good to like change the lyrical themes for each album too. You don't want
the lyrics to me. I mean, tell me about the lyrics. It's amazing lyrics. I mean, so many profound lines, and so yeah, I couldn't be happier.
Great. Let's see. Any? I know now you're working with Napalm as far as a record label. Is that more of a? Is it a distribution type thing, or is it more of like a label?
It's
like
a
traditional.
What we've done over the past 10 years is what they're called licensing deals, where we license the album for a term, and so but technically it's on their label. I mean, it's their release. They have and they're doing a great job so far. I mean, I can't complain. They really fought hard to get Kamelot on the roster. We had a couple of other labels that were also in the running. So, yeah, like I said, they've definitely done a lot of legwork and a lot of hard work promoting the record. And of course, the funding for the album and stuff like that is also important. So.
Oh, yeah. These days, definitely. I think I just have one more question for you. Any chance of a live DVD again?
Definitely. We're looking at maybe one of the shows in Europe. It would be cool to do something in the U.S. too. I mean, the band is growing over here. But more than likely, it will be a show from 2016 probably that it'll be like a one-off probably.
Like a lot of production, like
massive,
the first
like
DVD.
4,000, hopefully 5,000 capacity type venue. But we'll bring fans in from all over the world. It's for a one-time event that everybody will know it's going to be taped. And I say tape now, we don't use tape anymore. But yeah, kind of like we did with One Cold Winter's Night. That was a one-off show that wasn't really part of a tour. So, you know, we really want to blow that DVD out the water with the next one. We'll have all our friends that we want to have on it, you know, that we think is important for the history and also the future of Kamelot. So that's something we've been talking to Napalm about, but it's also something we might do on our own. We might do with another label. It's a separate release that we have that we're able to do. And the only problem nowadays with DVDs is that the sales have gone down so much from things like YouTube that it's difficult because the cost of making a DVD has not gone down. You know, it still costs money to rent cameras, have a director fly in, 15 people to work on the thing and then edit it, and then you've got the recordings that you have to take care of, and mastering and all that crap is expensive.
Oh, definitely.
So we don't want to do anything that fast. So to do it right, it's going to cost a lot of money. So somebody has to step up with that side of it. But I think it's going to happen. I know the fans want it. We've been wanting to do it for the last 3 or 4 years.
Fantastic. All right. Well, I will. I'll let you go. I know you have to get ready for the show tonight. I'm looking forward to seeing you guys again. And
Thanks.
thanks so much for doing this. And this is Matt for Lady Obscura, and we will talk to you later.
Take care.